So this is the finale of the game. This should be the end of the game. I don't believe I have all three umbilical cords. Only have one. So I'm not gonna do the whole umbilical cord thing. I'm just gonna beat the game and be done with it. Cause I already know the true ending, which I turn into some type of weird slug or something. So I don't need to do that. But what I've never done before is just I've never eaten just one umbilical cord. So, or eaten none. Let me see what will happen if I just eat one umbilical cord. I remember never using an umbilical cord before in my first playthrough, but I've never not eaten all three umbilical cords, so I'll just eat one and see what happens in the fight. So this is gonna be something new for me, because every ending I've ever had was either the regular ending, which is you don't eat any umbilical cord, and the true ending, which is you eat all three. But I've never eaten just one before. Just one, not even two, just one. So we'll see how this goes. If I doubt I'll lose today, because I believe if I'm over level for someone like Lawrence the First Vicar, then this guy is not going to give me too much problems. But then again, once you keep gaining more insight, the crazier you get, which means the more unstable you are, and it's easier for you to be damaged. So we'll see. I was trying to see if I could buy a blood rock, but those things cost like 60 insights, and I don't have enough for that. So that will have to be something I would have to do on my own time. So this will be the end of Bloodborne. I probably won't play this next year, which is in 2027, but I probably will play in 2028. The only time next year I'll probably play this is around Halloween, or around my birthday. But I will probably just play it for that month and that month only. So this is New Game Plus 3, and once I finish this, I'll go on to New Game Plus 4. So that's 4 New Game Pluses, plus the original that I beat. So after I beat this, I would have beat this game 3 times, plus the first time. So that's 1 New Game Plus 1 defeated, New Game Plus 2 defeated, New Game Plus 3, which is this one, will be defeated. And then there's the original game, which I also beat. So it'll be 4 times I've beaten this game. 5 times if you considered me playing at my friend's house when I was younger, but I don't count that because it wasn't on my system. So that's it for this. I'm just waiting for May to come along so I could play Fatal Frame and check out that Directive 8020. But for that game, Directive 8020, I'm going to look at the reviews. Once the game comes out in May, I'm going to wait. That's the only game I'm going to wait to see. If the reviews are terrible, then I'm done with Supermassive, because I gave him like 2 chances. One on The Quarry, and the other on The Devil and Me. Both of those games weren't that good. And I even gave him a chance on House of Ashes, and that was mid at best. It wasn't a fail, it was mid. The first half was bad, but the second half started to get good, and then the third half of the story was the best part. So the first half wasn't good, second half was more boring than the first half, and the third half was actually the best part. So they've had like 2 failed games and then 1 game that's mid. So whatever was before House of Ashes, which was Little Hope, Little Hope was also a game that wasn't that great either. So if I never played House of Ashes and I played Little Hope, I would have been pissed off because that would have been like 3 games that were mid at best. So if Directive 8020 isn't a good game, like if I don't get a good balance of at least a 7 out of 10, like all around, like everyone says, it's at least a 7 out of 10. I'm not gonna buy it. If I see more sixes or more fives, or hell, if I see nothing but sevens and nobody's giving it an 8 or anything like that, no. It has to be anywhere from 7s and 8s for me to even consider me buying that game. But if I'm seeing nothing but 6s and 5s, nah, I'm done with Supermassive. A lot of people say they love Supermassive games, but they only say they love it, and then they go and play it, and then they say it was alright. Like, if you think a game is alright, then it wasn't good. So screw all that. I think I'm gonna be done with Supermassive if this one isn't a success. Alright, they've had like 2 failures already, and one was short success, which was House of Ashes. In the public side and the critic side. So if this one turns out to be a failure, that would be like 3 failures already. Like, nah, man, I'm out. Like, you guys are making interactive movies, but you clearly don't give a fuck about the game part of the game. So nah, I would say Supermassive. I don't think they're actually a good gaming company. I think they're a good interactive video game company, but not a good gaming company. I'm never gonna drop like $60 for them again, or 70. If this game isn't fire, nah. I'm think I'm gonna be done with anything from them. Period. Moving forward, and I'll make sure I tell a couple of friends and everyone else as well. Like I need to. Oh, everyone already say their stuff is mid anyway, so I don't really need to. Only the fake ass people keep saying that they love their games. Fake ass motherfuckers.
Good hunter, you've done well. The night is near its end. Now, I will show you mercy. You will die, forget the dream, and awake under the morning sun. You will be freed from this terrible hunter's dream. Dear, oh dear. What was it? The hunt? The blood? Or the horrible dream? Oh, it doesn't matter. It always comes down to the hunter's helper to clean up after these sorts of messes. Tonight, Gehrman joins the hunt.
Oh man, I'm just having too much fun with him. I keep forgetting that he can be hard if you're messing around too much. Like if you're just being too patient. If you're messing around, he can be hard. But yeah, enough of that. I'll just kill him right now. No more messing around. There's he. Okay, there he is. I like this guy. I enjoy fighting him. I enjoy fighting him way too much, that's why. Okay, so that's the result of just eating one umbilical cord. So this is the ending I never saw.
And so, the hunt begins again.
Okay, so if you eat just one umbilical cord, it doesn't change anything. The same original, if you eat no umbilical cord, it ends with him in a chair looking at the hunter's hut with the doll. If you eat one umbilical cord, it ends the same way. So the only way to get like the true ending is to eat all three. Alright, so now that I've seen that ending, there's no difference between eating none or just eating one or two. The only way to get the proper ending, maybe there is a second ending. If you eat two of them, you might get a different ending. So there might be three. There might be one ending where you don't eat it and you get the same ending, and a second one where you eat two umbilical and you get a second ending, and the third ending is where you eat all three and you get a third ending. So there might be three different endings.
Good.
I only saw two.
All signed and sealed.
The third and
Let's begin
this one.
the transfusion. Oh, don't you worry.
I never ever
Whatever
just
happens,
ate two umbilicals.
you
I
may
always
think
ate
it
three
all a mere
or none.
bad dream.
And today is like the only time I just ate like one. I played this game 4 times, and 3 times I ate three umbilical cords. And this is like the first time I've actually eaten. No, 2 times I eat three umbilical cords. The first time I just beat the game without eating any. So this is the second time I'm seeing the same ending from when I didn't eat any. So eating one umbilical cord or eating none gives you the same ending. You have to eat all three to get a different ending, or at least two to get a different ending. Okay, so this is considered New Game Plus 4. I'm in New Game Plus 4 territory now. So as I defeated the game, and I beat it, I didn't beat Moon Presence, but I beat Gehrman. I was left with 6 vials and 14 bullets. So that's pretty much it for the game. I already saw the true ending. I'm going to leave the true ending on my last playthrough here, and we'll get rid of all the old Bloodborne videos and only keep the New Game Plus 3 playthrough. But I would make sure I also keep the true ending from my last playthrough. So that's that. So what I'll do is I'll go through here. I'll kill the werewolf, and now, seeing that the fact that I'm now in New Game Plus 4 territory, the enemies have gone up by, like every New Game Plus you get, the enemies go up by 10 points. So every enemy goes up by 10 points, even weak enemies. Like bosses go up by 10 points. And let's say if werewolves were like at level 5 on first playthrough, by the time you get to your 4th playthrough, they're like around level 15 or something, or 20. They're like at level 20 now or something like that. But that's how it goes. They go by every 10. I believe bosses go up by every 10, and regular enemies go up by 5. At least that's how it was told back in the days, but I'm not sure if that's true or not. Either way, I'm going to go through here since I'm now in New Game Plus 4 territory and go to the Hunter's Drain and stop this video once I get to the Hunter's Drain. I should edit the video, and I'm gonna just put I'll edit the video and put Gehrman, this Gehrman fight. No moon presence. I thought I had all 3 umbilical cords. So it's just gonna be it's just gonna be a Gehrman fight. So let me just edit it right now while I'm at it. So I thought I had all 3 umbilical cords, but I guess I didn't. But it doesn't really matter. I've beaten the moon presence in before by myself 3 times already. Alright, there, edited. So that would be it for Bloodborne. And I could take these, but I don't need to, because I already have them. Here it is. Fortify. I guess I could turn the rifle spare into, well, actually, I need 1 more blood chunk for this to work. I think I have enough. I could purchase 1 for 20. Yeah, so I'm good. So all I need now is when the next playthrough I do for this, which is probably going to be Halloween this year, or if not Halloween this year, next year. Yeah, it'll probably be next year. Next year Halloween, I'm gonna play this again, or when it's my birthday coming up this year. I'll probably just play for about a month, just for 1 month only, simply because this is my favorite game. So now that I have 8 of these, I could finally do this. And this needs only 1 blood rock, and Simon's bow blade needs only 1 blood rock. So I only have 2 weapons that I need to find blood rocks for in order to max them out in New Game Plus 4. And cause that's all I'm going to do in New Game Plus 4, trying to max out just those 2 weapons. Now, since I'm in New Game Plus 4 territory, the standard level for, I believe, New Game Plus 4 should be, when you first start, it should be 120. Or, yeah, about round 120 in New Game Plus 4. Because Ludwig the Cursed, you have to be around level 100 in order to fight him when you're on New Game Plus 1 or New Game Plus 2. New Game Plus 3, little bit of curses, it's probably around 110 to 120 in strength. Around that ratio, anywhere from 110 to 120. So if you're fighting him at 110, you're good. If you're fighting at 120, you're good. But now, this is New Game Plus 4. He'll probably be at anywhere from around 120 to about 130 in strength. So I'm still, if I fight him again, I will still be above his level at least. Or I'm just guessing. I think he's actually might be anywhere from 130 to 140. So I'm still 10 levels above him. So I believe I overdid it, believing Lawrence the First Vicar was a bit stronger than I thought. So I overdid it. So I believe at 150, this should be the level, recommended level. You should be fighting Lawrence the First Vicar in New Game Plus 4. Like around... No, not even. I would say this would be the standard, like, recommended level for playing New Game Plus 4, the one I'm in now, without any level ups, for it to be somewhat easy. But when you get to New Game Plus 6, I believe you should stop playing the game completely, because by the time you get to New Game Plus 6, it doesn't matter how strong your defense is or how high your health is. The enemies hit so hard, it would be no point in you trying to go past New Game Plus 6. I've seen some people get to New Game Plus 7, and even some to New Game Plus 8, but I believe it's just completely ridiculous if you go past New Game Plus 6. As the most you should get to is New Game Plus 6. That's why I always tell people, you go past 5 or New Game Plus 6. There's no reason to beat this game more than 5 times, to be honest with you. In fact, there's no reason to beat this game more than 4 times. Once you beat the game 3 times, you're good. The only reason I'm going to be playing a 4th time and then probably a 5th time and stop at New Game Plus 6 is because I love the game. But the moment you get to New Game Plus 3, you don't need to play this game anymore. You've already actually, the moment you get to New Game Plus 2, you don't need to play the game anymore, because at New Game Plus 1 you still have to level up DLC weapons in New Game Plus 1, and even in regular game you're still leveling up New Game Plus DLC weapons without New Game Plus 1, but you probably won't be able to max them out in the regular game. You could probably max them out in New Game Plus 1. But the good weapons, like, it will require you at least 1 or 2 New Game Pluses to max those games out. So in all truth, you really should only need to beat this game like around New Game Plus 2 and be done with it. There's no reason to be in New Game Plus 3, because the best weapons in the game is Ludwig the Accursed, and you can max that out without being on New Game Plus. And Chikage, you can max that out without being on New Game Plus, or actually no, you have to max that out in New Game Plus 1. So you could max this one out. You have to max, I believe you could max this out as well without being to New Game Plus 1. Holy Moonlight Sword from Blue Cursed. And yeah, maybe you could even max out Chikage also in New Game without going to New Game Plus 1. But that will require you to be looking all around for like 3 blood rocks, which is almost impossible unless you know certain chalice dungeons. So the game gives you maybe 1 or 2 blood rocks without going to New Game Plus 1. So you can max out 2 weapons on your first playthrough, or blood rocks, or maybe even 3 without going to New Game Plus 1. But after 3 weapons is maxed out, you have to look for them again in New Game Plus 1. So the best weapons is 1, 2, 3, I like the rifle spear. 4, 5, 6. Some people like blood letter. 7. Some people like Simon's blow blade. 8. Some people still mess with the Kirk hammer. 9. And some people still like the standard saw cleaver. 10. Not a lot of people mess with the axe, but some people still love the axe, so you could say that's 11. And oh yeah, and Ligarius wheel, that's 12. So in all truth, there are 12 very good weapons in the game that people love to use. So you could maybe max out 3 weapons within your first playthrough, and New Game Plus 2 or New Game Plus 1 you can max out another 3, and New Game Plus 2 you can max out another 3, and New Game Plus 3 you can max out another 3. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So by the time you get to New Game Plus 3, if you were searching around and farming around, you can max out 12 weapons. But that would be very hard. That's if you, and most people won't be doing that. So in all truth, the game only gives you 1 blood rock per 1 playthrough. And if you manage to find a blood rock in a chalice dungeon, you get another one in that same playthrough. But in all truth, playing the main story, you only get 1 blood rock per each playthrough, and then maybe another one in a chalice dungeon. So that's 2 for each playthrough. So 2, 4, 6. By the time you get to New Game Plus 3, you have 8 blood rocks. So if you're going to stop, like say at New Game Plus 2, you're only going to be able to get like 6 blood rocks only, unless you're really farming like that. If you're not farming like that, the game is only going to give you 1 blood rock for each playthrough, and then you have to find another one on your own. So you only could get like 2 per each playthrough. So this is why I always tell people, you only really need to play this game and finish this game like around New Game Plus 2. And if you really like the game, finish it like around New Game Plus 3. But there's no point to go beyond New Game Plus 3. Hell, there's no point to go beyond New Game Plus 2. So that's it for this game. Like, I would say I have maxed out 1, 2. If I was looking for a blood rock, I would have maxed out another one today. I have maxed out 1, 2, 3. I believe 3. No, not even. I haven't even maxed out 3. Because you're only allowed 1 blood rock per playthrough. So I haven't actually been farming. So I've done 3 playthroughs and I've collected 2 solid blood rocks. For here and here. But I haven't collected a 3rd. But if I was searching, I would have collected a 3rd. So each playthrough you get like 1 blood rock. But I didn't search for mines in New Game Plus 3. So that's how it goes. You get 1 blood rock for each playthrough, and if you want to farm chalice dungeons, you could get another one. So in all truth, you can only get 1 block per each playthrough. That's 1, 2, 3. So by the time you get to New Game Plus 3, you should have like 4 blood rocks. I only got 2 because I never searched on my first playthrough for blood rock, and I never searched for my I only searched for 1 on my New Game Plus 1, and New Game Plus 2 I didn't do any search at all. So in all truth, I only searched twice for blood rocks, and I never farmed any enough chalice dungeons. But you could do this. You could find another one in your regular game. You're allowed to get 1 in regular game, and you're allowed to search for another one in said chalice dungeons. But that's it. I would say the truth is you only need like 3 weapons to beat any boss in this game. One that does arcane, one that does heavy damage, and one that does blood damage. So Chikage does blood damage, Holy Moonlight Stone does arcane damage, and Ludwig Holy Blade does heavy damage. And with Ludwig you could either attach fire to it or attach electricity to it. Or if you don't want to do that, you could use this that comes with blood, you could use this that comes with arcane, and you could use this that comes with electricity. And those are your three weapons that you truly need. And if you truly don't want to use Ludwig Holy Blade and you want to use something that has fire with it, you could go with the boom hammer. So the game gives you options: electricity, fire, blood, and arcane. 4 weapons. You only need those 4 weapons to fight the entire game, because all enemies are either susceptible to electricity, fire, arcane, or blood. They're weak to 4 of those things. Any one of those 4 things. Sometimes they're weak to 2. But that's it. That's all I gotta say. Why so many people use Ludwig is because it's the hardest hitting weapon and the most durable weapon. Well, not really most durable, but it is the hardest hitting weapon. Has the highest damage amount you could get up to. You get to 600 and change and higher, 600 and higher. You can't get that in any other weapon. That's why people keep using the Ludwig and just attach fire paper to it or electricity to it, because it's the only weapon that does high enough damage. So with Ludwig you don't need any other weapon. But in all truth, if you want to go for variety, you only need Ludwig and then 4 other weapons: Holy Moonlight, Chikage, Torrentus, and maybe Boomhammer if you want fire. Because baseline Torrentus does 40 electricity damage, and baseline Boomhammer at regular does 60. So Boomhammer does more fire damage than Torrentus does. But the problem with Boomhammer, the fire only works when you do a swing, so it's useless. It's a useless weapon beyond that one swing. That's why no one fucks with it. So in all truth, there's only 4 weapons that are actually good: Ludwig, Holy Moonlight, Chikage, and Torrentus. And I like my rifle spear simply because it's the only weapon that you could charge forward. So in all truth, it's more than 4. It's like 5. Because this is like a lifesaver weapon in my opinion. Like, especially if you don't want enemies to get near you. So in all truth, there is 5 weapons. 5 that you need in the game. 5 that will save your life. This one for simply beating any enemies. This one for using against enemies that are weak to arcane. That's 2. This one for blood damaged enemies, to cast blood effect damage on them. 3. This one for doing puncture and also blood damage. That's 4. This one for electricity. That's 5. And that's all you need. Do you really need Whirligig Saw? Not really. But is it fun to use? Sure. But those are the 5 you need. The 5 that you will always need, and you don't need anything else. Torrentus is great. Rifle Spear to me is great because you could charge and you don't get any hit and damage. Some people like Chikage, that's 3. Holy Moonlight is pretty damn good. And Ludwig is great. 5 weapons. Some people like some Bowblade, but some is Bowblade misses. So that's all you need, those 5 weapons, period. And you can find 5 different blood rocks in 5 playthroughs, or you can find 5 blood rocks in just 3 playthroughs or 2 playthroughs. One, the base game gives it to you, and then you go to the challenge dungeon to find another one. Then you do the new game plus one. Base game gives you another one. And you go to a challenge dungeon. That's 4. And you might have to actually do new game plus 2 to get another one. So that's why I said you only need to get to new game plus 2 to max out 4 to 5 of your weapons. Period. Because those are the only ones that you would need. You don't need to even max out this rifle spare. So in all truth, you only need 4, which means you only need to play new game plus 2, get to new game plus 2. That means you have to play the game 3 times. First, 0 time when you first buy the game, 2 the second time, and then the third time, which will be new game plus 2. 3 times. And after the third time, you never have to play the game again. And that's it for me for Bloodborne. I'm pretty much done with this. I won't play this again until maybe my birthday or Christmas or next year, 2027. So that's all I gotta say. I'm pretty much done. Let me check something real quick. Yeah, so manga. The manga, I'm gonna start reading the manga tomorrow, and I'll make sure those 3 mangas I'm looking into and see how well they're going to go. And if either one of those 3 mangas are fall off, then, or should I say 4 are fall off, I'm just gonna select 2 mangas for the month of to the end of April, to put at the last day of April and upload it. So I'll see how those 4 mangas go, and I'll see how good they work. So that's it for this video. I'm done with this. The only game now to look out for is Fatal Frame 2 coming in May, and Directive 8020, which I won't play until I do a full review of that and see if that game is even worth my time, or should I never play any more Supermassive games. Because as I said before, they've had 2 failures already and 1 near miss. The Quarry wasn't that great. It was okay. And The Devil in Me wasn't that great. It was also okay. So they've had 2 mid games. And to me, if a game is mid, it's not entirely a failure, but it kind of is a failure, because it's not good or great. It's average at best. So they only have 1 more chance. Like I swear to God, if 8020 turns out to be mid as well, I'm done with this company. I mean, like, I would say they don't know how to make a good story or a compelling story, nor how to make their gameplay in their story interesting enough that it matters. The holding breath stuff is great. The choosing who lives and who dies is great in all of their games, but if the story isn't going to be great, then I'm going to check out. So that's it for this. I'm done. Fatal Frame. That's the only thing I care about right now. Coming May. Fatal Frame.